Welcome to my first ever piece to camera for WatchPro. I've been encouraged to do this somewhat against my will by the team, by the industry to an extent, who just say that they kind of like to hear the views of WatchPro. I'm the editor, have been for about the last 3 or 4 years, and the owner of the title as well. Like many of you, I'm currently working from home. The picture behind me is actually wallpaper. That is a London bus, but it is actually wallpaper. And I'll just sort of run you through a few thoughts that have occurred to me through this week, based on some of the news coming in, watching the social media channels, speaking to people in the industry. It's very, very difficult out there. I suppose the biggest story of the week, although in some ways the least significant, is that Rolex shut production for 2 weeks, I believe. The situation in Switzerland, if you are monitoring the statistics of the number of people infected with coronavirus per million, is actually higher than most countries in the world. Not as bad as Italy, but probably in line with something like France or Germany. So the Swiss industry is really grappling with these issues on a day-to-day, hour-by-hour basis. Luckily, there are some large groups. There are some wealthy private businesses, and these businesses have deep cash reserves. They'll be able to see through the current outbreak to the other side. And while I have absolutely no doubt that the likes of Swatch Group, Richemont, LVMH, Rolex, Patek Philippe, Audemars Piguet are going to take a significant hit to their revenue and profits this year, I think they will probably emerge even stronger by the end of this, because there is going to be so much falling away of the less well capitalized, less well known watch brands that are out there. But I've been through many recessions in my time, and there are always opportunities. There are always people who come up with great innovations to keep their businesses prospering, and making sure that they keep their teams together and they emerge as strong as when they go in. There's not really, there's no other topic in town this week other than the coronavirus outbreak. I've been watching the social media channels almost. I've been deliberately not doing what I would normally do at a time like this, which is to ring around all of my contacts and get their comments and their views and any news of what they're working on. But I know, particularly as a business owner myself and employing 20 people, the first thing you're really thinking about is what can you do to minimize the damage to the company, to the brands, to make sure that the team is kept together, kept motivated, keeps believing that things are going to get better on the other side, and most importantly that they keep their jobs, even if everybody has to be asked to carry some of the pain. So that's what I've been doing, and I know that's what other people have been doing. The retail industry is, well, what can I say? It's very difficult out there. But again, I think what we're going to see is that there are some businesses that weather this storm better than others, or they're better equipped going in to emerge just as strong in market share terms as when they come out again. And the obvious candidates are those who carry the strongest brands. So if you're, even if you are forced to shut your doors to walk-in customers, I know that a huge number of business owners, sales associates who have regular customers. They are always in touch with them by phone and WhatsApp, and most of the time those conversations are terribly sorry, sir, but you won't be able to celebrate your 50th wedding anniversary with a brand new Nautilus because there's a multiple year waiting list. People will be going through those waiting lists at the retailers. There'll be the supply is still below the demand, but they will be managing how those waiting lists are worked through. You've got to expect that some calls to people when they say they've got a £90,000 AP black ceramic perpetual calendar, they might turn around and say to that retailer, well, I was desperate for that watch 6 months ago, but I'm going to hold off on that purchase now. But there's likely to be another customer for that watch, because that's how the super rich are. They seem to survive whatever is thrown at them. So I guess we're in the UK at least week one into social distancing. Our office was sent home on Tuesday. I expect to be working from home for 2 to 3 months. I think that's probably a reasonable expectation. The British government has talked about getting on top of this problem within 12 weeks. I don't know how they come up with that number. We'll come to learn whether that's blind optimism or realistic or crazy, a crazy guess. But for now, I am optimistic that the wheels will continue to turn. Watches are still being launched. There are some beautiful pieces coming through from 2020, and I hope that we can talk a little bit about those, although as anybody who knows me well will tell you, I think there are better places to write, to read or hear about in depth the watches. I generally think you can describe a watch in 2 or 3 paragraphs. So I've never quite understood how you can get 2,000 or 3,000 words on a piece of equipment that measures about 1 inch across. But that's because I'm not as good at it as some others. So anyway, I'll talk to you again, maybe once a week, maybe even more frequently. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you'd like any questions answered. Let me know if you'd like any particular format, any particular type of content in these videos. But for now, happy Friday, enjoy the weekend, and let's hope that all the plates are still spinning on Monday morning. Thanks, bye.